Hey folks, Twisted Christian, Julius here. Now folks, I will tell you this. I am battling right now to keep my Patreon alive. I've been notified because I have been posting certain content that they don't agree with. And you already know, folks, that there's a massive purge going on right now. And they've already hit all the top people. They've hit the accounts that had 1 million subscribers, 500,000 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers. You know, that talked about certain things that were going on in the government, corruption and everything else. And those people are gone. And now I have seen they've taken down a lot of the lower levels, you know, the people with 50,000 subscribers, 35,000 subscribers, whatever. And now they've actually even got to my Patreon. So I'm going through with them right now about this. And I've had to go through and delete about half my posts on Patreon. All right. That deals with what the subjects that we talk about. And that's all we do. I discuss my thoughts and opinions. And I've discussed on certain movements in this country recently that's got a lot of people banned, and I don't necessarily support it because to me it seems like to them it's a game, and our lives are not a game. You know, there are people that are dying, there are people that are suffering medically, and this particular movement has said, oh, we got the cures to everything, and put a lot of false hope into a lot of people. And here we are, you know, 4 years, almost 4 years after the election, we still haven't seen anything. And that's the number one reason why I don't like this movement. But the Dinar community has been infected, right? And one of the reasons why they did this mass purge is because there's so many people posting fake news and fake pictures. And that's the biggest reason why I don't support it or follow it. I did discuss it, but I got rid of those videos because there is a lot of disinformation and there's a lot of misinformation. And if it's a game to them, I don't want to be a part of a movement that's a game and people's lives are on the line. Yes, I know what they're doing. Yes, all this is going to be resolved one way or another. But to them, it's a game. And their followers, it's a game. And I have seen so much fake pictures and obvious pictures, and people share it like it's real. And regardless of how you feel about certain things, just because you post something that shows a person in a compromising position. I'm not talking about recently. I'm talking about just over the past year. I've seen a lot. Because I used to follow all those accounts. And they are literally would post a fake picture of somebody in a compromising position, and you could tell the photo was faked, right? Or misinformation in a meme. And I'm like, that's not true. I just looked it up. You know, I did all the research on it. You know, but then you have other people believing it. And that's one of the reasons why I got out of it altogether. And the other reasons was the whole medical thing and the cures that they were talking about that never came to fruition. And, you know, you've been in power for this long. I would think that you would have done that. And that's why, that's one of the reasons why they are doing that purge, because there is, folks, there is a lot of real news concerning those issues. But there's a lot of people posting fake news. And if we and fake pictures and stuff like that, and if we call them out on it over the last year, maybe things would be different right now. But for right now, anything dealing with politics, as far as dealing negativity towards one side, I'm not going to discuss it. I'm waiting till after the election, and maybe once if something does hit mainstream, then I would feel more safer to talk about it. But if they're willing to go after your project page that you gain income from to help support the Grigori Project, That's huge. That's huge. So for those other people out there, maybe you do have channels, you guys need to go through. Really, some of you have a lot of videos. You guys really need to go through, because they will hit you for a video that you made 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And as a matter of fact, and I will discuss it in another video, I did get hit with a copyright strike from a video, from my very first video, and I wasn't even doing videos. I was doing experimentation. So, and like I said, I've had to delete. Now I think I've deleted over half of my videos. And one of the ways that you could tell that they are dinging you is, of course, they shut off they demonetize that video, right? So you can't do anything with it. So when you go through, you just see all these different videos, and you're like, it is just absolutely crazy. So I'm going dark on certain issues for a while. We have to concentrate on the stock market. We have to concentrate with the stocks. We have to continue forward in that and not be so distracted. Folks, the climax for the election, I mean, we're here, right? It's here. And there's no point of getting into issues that's going to restrict me from discussing certain issues before the election and after. So, folks, please be careful what you're posting, what you're writing, and they are taking this seriously. I mean, there are people that can't get into their Facebook. There are people that can't get into their Twitter. There are people that can't do. It's all over the place, and they go down the line. If this person has a popular Twitter account or popular YouTube account, they're checking to see everything that they're connected to, because they want to stop the flow of what they say is disinformation. So we have to be vigilant, and we have to be patient, right? All these things are going to all come out, right? It's all going to happen. And, who knows who's going to step down, what's going to take place. I have my thoughts and my theories, but you know what? I don't even know if Biden is even going to make it to Tuesday. That all remains to be seen. But I'm not going to discuss any negativity as far as dealing with corruption and dealing with the other side and how it relates to Iraq. I'm not doing that. And I'm not going to be posting any links in anything, just for the simple fact that now they want to, just because you link an actual news article in your Patreon, and they say you have to remove that, even though it's a legitimate news organization that's been around. So, folks, this fight is real. It's really out there, and we are being kept from a lot of different things. But it's going to happen. We've discussed it on this channel. It's just a matter of time, and I've discussed how it relates to the global currency reset and the overall picture. And hopefully it won't get to a point to where I'm tired of fighting, and it's almost getting to that point. So for myself, I'm just trying to hold on and wait till after the elections, and then hopefully we can resume and really discussing those issues. And I think it's going to be out there already to the point to where, the mainstream media has to talk about it. And I really don't get, we are this far out, and I still have not, I've seen barely a trace of what I expect to see, which has nothing to do with the vice president's family. It has nothing to do with it. So, folks, just be vigilant, be patient, and we're going to get through all this. But let's just focus on some other things right now. Let this election pass. It's going to happen. It's been prophesied. Let's not worry about it, right? Because it's not going to change. It's not going to change the dinar RV date. It's not going to change when the global currency reset is going to take place, since it is God's design. Now, I will say this, and it dealt with the peace accords, with the Abraham peace accords. And I believe it was Saudi Arabia. And one of the things I've expressed, they are waiting for this election to be over to make the commitments to whatever new system, to whatever's taking shape and form in the Middle East in these new agreements. I think they're really waiting. So I think a lot of things after this election, we're just going to start to see things really start to speed up in all areas. All right, folks. So, and for those of you who do support the Patreon, I appreciate it. And we do have some updates with the Grigori Project. I'll be posting them here in the next 24 hours. And if you guys do want to support the channel, you do want to support the project, the links are down below in the description for the Patreon. And if for some reason, that I'm not on YouTube, I can use alternative methods to post videos over there. But hopefully it won't come to that. So once again, I thank you guys for your support. Please be safe. God bless. And with that being said, Twitch Christian out.